I just started it. I'm trying to see why it's not letting me invite friends again.
Oh boy.
But it did, the second time we did it last week, the second video we did last week, it let me do it. So I'm not sure what, or the week before, I can't remember when we did it. But we are live right now. We are blending colors today, so I'm going to put that down for...
We're doing a color wheel.
Blending colors... Color
We're
wheel.
not blending colors, we're just doing a color wheel.
Oh, okay, well, let me redo that then. Color wheel. Alright. Yeah, even when I put in like somebody's name, it's not a...
Oh, great.
It's not showing up anybody's name.
Oh, lovely. Must be they blocked us.
No. Well, it doesn't matter. I was just going to add Darcy, and guess who came on? Hi, Darcy.
Darcy, hi.
Hi. She says hi.
She's my loyal friend. I almost called you the other night to see if you wanted to use the hot tub while it was snowing.
It's been nice in the snow.
Yeah. I haven't gone in. Shannon's been using it.
Yeah, about 3 times.
I chickened out. I wanted to see if Darcy and Judy wanted to come with me.
Aww.
I should have. And then yesterday was Judy's birthday, so.
Aww. Darcy said, "Good morning, girls."
Darcy, you gotta come over with us on a Saturday morning. Have some coffee. Enjoy.
Yeah. So I've got 2 people on. See if I can figure out who these 2 people are. No. I'm gonna make a request to Facebook to stop blocking me from being able to add people. Like, they're not intentionally blocking. I think they're just like,
I don't know how to do any
they're
of
messed
this,
up.
so.
Yeah. Well, I got 3 people on. Darcy says that sounds like fun.
Yes. Come anytime. It's an open invitation, Darcy. Our door is always welcome. You walk in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You might get bombarded by dogs, but
if you can make it past Rocket, you're good.
oh my god. He is a giant dog. He's like the Marmaduke of Huskies.
He's like a rocket.
He is literally the biggest husky I've ever seen. We're doing this today. We're gonna make a color wheel.
Color wheel.
Which comes in handy. You should do it for like every different type of paint you've got. You should. I say that. I don't do it for every type, but you really should. Comes in really handy.
You kind of do that, don't you? Like you do the swatches, which is kind of the same, right?
Yeah, it is. But
where is he? Rocket is somewhere in the living room. Oh, that's right. His BFF Remy is here, so.
Tyler's girlfriend's dog.
And then Turbo is sacked out. Let's see if I can get up.
So Darcy is in love with Turbo.
Turbo's over there sleeping on his bed. Frey sleeping on the couch, and Dad's got the baby. So he was just bouncing around, and she's teething, and
she's got 2 little toofers on the bottom coming up.
Yeah, coming up. They're not quite up yet.
They're 2 little points.
Oh, the sun.
Thank you, son.
The sun.
Daddy,
I got these.
Another project for you.
I got these.
Get rid of that.
I got these special lights up so that we wouldn't have shadow issues for Mom. And then the freaking sun comes out and still manages to put a shadow down.
This is a wonderful studio, by
upstate New York.
I'll be gone in a second.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
It's
It
really
feels
cloudy out.
wonderful. It feels really, really good.
Upstate New York. Let's see if it's gonna let me. I still can't invite anybody. All right.
I froze.
You just turn the heat up. Very cold.
I'm in such pain. Like it's been a rough week.
Yeah.
Rough 2 weeks. well, a week and a half since last Wednesday. I've been
And that's
not well.
pretty much when the cold weather came in, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Now I'm in such pain, I can barely stand it.
we got 4 more minutes. We'll just wait for some more people. I feel bad because people, well, I come on early to invite people, and then now it's not letting me. Yeah.
Did you?
Hi, Johnny Hunter Roland.
Oh, Johnny. Feel for you, baby. I'm glad you're here, honey.
Well, it's on public and everything, so there's nothing else that I can do to try to add people. It's just Facebook is not working properly. Okay, so well, it is what it is. But if you guys are going onto YouTube at all and you subscribe to us and share it with your friends and they subscribe to us, doesn't mean you have to watch us, but as long as we get subscribers, once we get up to 1,000 subscribers, we can do YouTube Live, and then we don't have to do all this Facebook stuff and be at its mercy. So,
Ross, could you turn the TV down a little, please? Thank you.
Suddenly there was a tension. Suddenly there was a tension in the room.
The teacher face.
Those French doors closed, right? Can we close the French door?
Is it time?
Blackout curtain. 2 minutes. Take a deep breath.
Is it too early for wine?
Nope, it's still somewhere. And I was hearing, according to others, that when you're retired, time is irrelevant when it comes to, wine or whatever.
This is tea, by the way.
It's not specialty.
No, it's not. I'm in such pain.
Not Mr. T.
Can anybody help me with the pain?
Probably from the fibro. Gets better.
Does it?
No. In my experience, no.
Might have to go with what my pain specialist says, and don't say it on.
I know.
Don't say it on.
I'm not. He said just deal with it with a smile and a nap.
This is what we're going to do today. We're doing a color wheel. Mainly because it's quick and I'm in such pain. I can't stand it. So we're doing a quickie today.
And we've had a super busy week and we didn't even really have time to paint this week, did we? I mean, you didn't.
Painted a little bit of a waterfall. You can show it if you want. It's not very good. It's not done. It's
coffee cups in the way.
Just it was just something to do something, basically.
It's pretty. I like it.
Your daddy.
Ooh, yes.
So yeah, it was just something. I can't sleep at night because I'm in such pain. So like I would work on that 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, here and there. So.
And didn't you do some drawing too, or
I did some drawing. Yeah. I did some drawing in my sketchbook.
Darcy said, "This is why the opioid crisis is BS. Painkillers are for killing pain."
Darcy, it hurts. I really need my friends in the hot tub.
That's what her pain clinic doctor said too. He said friends in the hot tub. Oh, I like that.
Well, it's I did some sketching. I'm doing an underlay of watercolor, and then I'm doing watercolor pencil over the top, and then I'm gonna wet it and see how it turns out. So
that's the underlay, and then that's the watercolor pencil on top. The details.
Yes. Okay. And so yeah, I'm gonna see how it turns out when I'm all done with the watercolor pencil, and see how it works out.
We should do a short weekday video or a Facebook Live video one day of the watercolor pencils.
I was thinking of that. This is actually a practice.
Okay.
And then I don't have a great selection of watercolor pencils. If anybody wants to sponsor me out there in the world of art. So And that's another thing. If I get enough YouTube subscribers, I'm hoping that people will want to someday sponsor me.
Yep. So share, add us on Facebook or Facebook and YouTube, but definitely YouTube, subscribe, and then have your friends and family subscribe. And there's no obligation. It's just the more subscribers we get.
It's not that I'm very good yet. I know that. I'm trying. I've only been at this 2 years, so.
Wing
I'm
Ashley
trying.
is on.
Who?
Wing Ashley. So
is it Ashley or is it?
Says Wing Jason Ashley. So hello.
Hi.
Okay. All I can go is by what the name is on the screen. So.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely start.
Oh, okay.
It's 11:02.
So today we're doing just a really quick video. We're going to do a color wheel, and you can buy color wheels. I bought this. They're not expensive. They're like $7 or $8, sometimes $5. And they give you there's a front and a back, and you can turn it to your selections. Like if you add a certain color to a color, you can turn it.
Now, is there anything different with watercolor? Do you need a watercolor wheel?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a watercolor wheel.
Okay.
And it's just a guide for mixing, it'll tell you different things about what colors mean, what hues mean, values, intensities, tints, tones. So it is very valuable in that. And I can go over this. Maybe this week we'll go over the meanings of stuff. We'll do a tutorial on the meanings of things. So that's very valuable. I do find that on the back, this gets very complicated. So maybe it's because of my, my brain doesn't comprehend a lot of stuff. So this got very complicated, so I stopped really using it. What we're going to be doing, basically, for the shading, we're kind of doing that anyways. The tints and the tones and the shading. So we're going to do that on our own anyways. But, so the color wheel is basically just your primary colors of red, blue, and yellow. Those are your 3 primary colors. And from those 3 primary colors, you can make any color that you want to use. And then you can have, from those, you make your greens, your oranges, and your purples, and then you just keep working around.
Okay.
So those would be your secondary colors, and from those then you would make your tertiary colors, and that's meaning your third from the third.
Okay.
So that would be your red orange, your yellow orange, your yellow greens, your blue greens, and your blue violets, and your red violets. So
now is this useful for if you don't have a crazy amount of colors what you have?
Absolutely. You don't need. I'm just addicted to color. I'm addicted, and this is not.
You don't need all those tubes of paint unless you want to.
I love paint. I love paint. You don't need this. In fact, you can go to the drugstore. Prang. If you want to paint with a grandchild or a niece and nephew, a child, or yourself, you want to get into this and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, you can go to the drugstore, Walmart, Target. Prang is a good set. Basically for a child, you can get that set, and it comes in a little case about like this. For about $8 or $9. I don't know if a brush comes with it. Okay. So if you got that set, and it looks like one of those old sets that when you're a kid.
Yeah, at school or something.
School. Another fairly good set would be Crayola. I would recommend those for children because they don't have the cadmium hues in them, so you're not worrying about.
So they're basically like non-toxic.
Non-toxic. These, I love my Cotman sets, but they do have cadmium hues in them.
Okay.
I don't think Winsor Newton uses the pure cadmium hues, the old fashioned cadmium hues that are the toxic, heavy cadmiums anymore, but I'm not positive. Okay. So, you know, if you want to be sure and you're painting with a, you know, a grandchild, a child, go with a Prang or a Crayola, and they're just as much fun. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get started with this. So, I went ahead and I don't know why I did this ahead of time, but duh. So, what I did was I just got a
dessert plate,
dessert plate, a saucer, put it down, and I'm using my and I put it away. I'm using my
yeah, I moved it right here. That's the cotton.
It's
what's this one right here?
It's my Canson XL, yep. And it's not cotton. It's the
sorry,
the wood pulp paper. Just because, you know, you don't want to be using your best paper for stuff like this.
Yeah, this is just playing around, and you're not looking for like the result to be high quality. It's just for color.
And I'm not saying you can't get high quality out of Canson. Yeah. You can. I've sold paintings on Canson, so it's not that you can't get high quality. But, you know, it's not your... You can get a pad of Canson for $5-6 where, you know what I mean? So anyways, I usually do my practice pieces on Canson or stuff like that. Anyways, so I took a saucer. I traced it with my pencil. Got a good circle. Then I took my ruler. Got 2 nice center lines. Then I just approximated where I would have like my thirds. Pieces, my thirds went through the center. Is everybody with me so far with this? Yep. All right. Then I did my red in the first third, my yellow in the next third, and my blue in the other third. Okay. Then next to the red, I did red orange, then orange, yellow orange, and next to the yellow, I did yellow green. I'm taping green, blue green, blue violets, violets,
technical difficulties,
red, technical difficulties, and red. And when I do this, I usually write on the paper what paint I'm using. So on this one, I wrote Cotman paints because that'll make a difference on what, you know, what.
So like
you get out of it.
Yeah.
And then I also write the colors that I'm using. So I used my cadmium yellow, my ultramarine blue, and my cadmium red for my primaries.
And then that way too, you can like save all these, and in the future, if you know you want a painting that has certain looks, like certain colors, and you're like, oh, I really liked that one, but I don't remember what set it was. Now you pull it out and like, oh, that was that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this
here. I'll sit over here. Yep.
So I'm gonna take to start off, I'm taking my cadmium yellow that had a little blue in it. Oh, a lot of dog hair.
I was gonna say there was some hair.
A lot of dog hair. Where's my yellow? Okay, so I'll start here.
Oh, that New York sunshine.
Yeah, good. I don't have enough of that right now.
I don't know if this is gonna mess you up.
It's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can turn on. Nope, that doesn't do anything.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I've got my cadmium yellow. So I'm going to make a nice strong yellow at the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take that yellow and just start bringing it down. And lightly shading it down as we go. And just have it graduated.
Now you don't need to wet the paper before you do that, right?
Nope, okay. I'm not wetting the paper.
Okay.
And that will show us what it's going to look like, you know, if we shade it down. Okay, so that's our yellow.
Cool.
I think this is very useful when we're painting. Now I'll take my blue. Get a nice.
So you're just laying it on like nice and thick, not worrying about.
And I'm just going to do a graduated wash as we go.
Staying in the lines mandatory?
No. No, you don't have to stay in the lines.
Speaking for someone like me.
Just want to make it lighter as we go down so that you can see what it's going to look like.
Now, if your brush starts getting too dry, should you get it a little wet, or it's
yeah, you can
just leave it getting dry?
Oh, you can. And you can go back, get rid of those brush strokes, just like that. Re-wet the paper and get rid of those brush strokes, so it looks just like that. Nice and even. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I find this very valuable.
I like blue. This looks like it would be something if you know you need to practice painting, but you don't know what to paint. It could be like cathartic just to do something like
this. It's a good practice to do washes. So we could actually do this. When you want to practice doing skies, doing a graduated wash is very valuable.
Oh, yep.
So now we're going to do our cadmium red. And what you can do is get a binder. If you have a lot of colors, like I have a lot of paints, and I just bought myself 2 more sets yesterday.
New ones or ones that you don't have yet?
Ones I don't have yet. Well, I have one. I have core, but I was running out. I really was running out of my cores. Because I use them so much. I love core paints, and I might actually do a, we could do a video on core paints this week. They're just an amazing paint. They use Aquazol as a binder instead of, and it just escaped me.
That's all right.
They are just beautiful paints.
Is it because like the type of the colors, or they're more vibrant? Or?
I think actually it's the Aquazol.
Just lays on the paper in a different way.
They spread like they just have a unique quality to them, and we'll do a video this week with them. They're beautiful. So there's your red. Now our yellow is dry, so we'll do our secondary, which is our green. So with that, we're going to mix yellow and blue to get our green. You guys know that. I don't have to tell you that.
Well, maybe they're having little kids watch.
Okay. I hope little kids are watching. I would love that. I would love to do a little kid show.
Actually, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Do a little kid paper. And Darren Frizzell's on.
Darren, hi. I haven't forgotten. He wants me to do his doggies. I have just been in a lot of pain this week, and we've had some family issues. So.
Yep.
So
now, are we looking for a specific green color, or just like whatever kind of green you can make? Like we're trying to go 50-50 as close as possible.
Pretty much 50-50, yep. Get a nice green.
Now you're mixing up quite a bit. Should you make sure that you have enough for the secondary and tertiaries?
That's
Is that what you're doing? Okay. Yeah. All right. So when you're starting this, make sure you have enough.
And it's kind of just, and it's really hard with just eyeballing it like this.
Mm.
That looks like a good green right there.
Yeah.
And this is just your own opinion of what, you know, this color is going to be, your secondaries and your tertiary colors. Tertiary colors. This looks like a nice green. So you don't really need, it's just how you mix things. You don't really need the pre-made colors, because you can make these as strong or as weak as you want them.
Yeah, this would be good if you just want to start out, but you're on a budget, or
absolutely,
like you were saying, you have little kids that want to start getting into this with you, but you don't know if you want to spend, you know, with kids being as fickle as they are, you don't know if you want to spend $100 on paints that they're gonna play with for a month and then switch to something else.
Right. Or if you want to get just a few professional tubes of paint, and you don't want to, you know,
see if you like it. You
want to just get a few professional tubes of paint, and you don't want to get them, you know, a whole big set. Get red, yellow, and blue, and like Winsor Newton or Daniel Smith, and then just work your way up. You know, just get those and work your way around with those if you want. Okay, now we'll do violet from our blue and our red.
Okay.
So I'm using ultramarine blue. And cadmium red. I'm trying to make a nice violet here. I don't always wash my brush in between. It's a good habit to do. I don't always do it. I'm doing it for the camera. It's a good practice to get into.
She's being proper for you guys.
Yeah. With hard pan paints like this, the paint, even if you do contaminate, I usually don't try to contaminate yellow, but even if you do contaminate, you're only contaminating the top layer, and it comes off very easily. So that looks like a pretty good violet right there, doesn't it?
Sure. Asking me colorblind.
Colorblind girl. Is that a good violet?
I will take your word for it.
Speaking of violets.
See, it just looks like dark blue to me.
Speaking of violets.
Oh, yes. I still have those on the porch.
You have to get them off the porch because it got cold last night.
Are they okay?
Yeah, but even with the heater, it got cold. So
yeah.
Look at the granulation on that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? That's beautiful. There's too much water there. And take a dry brush and soak some of that up. Look at even there. See, there's different colors in that paint. You can tell that I've mixed paints together, red and blue. And those colors are mixing right on the palette. I just love paint.
Would you say it's an obsession?
Maybe. If you had seen me shopping yesterday on Amazon, you might have said it was an obsession.
Try to sit on the other side of the couch and not, like, look over your phone.
Hey, if I sell a painting, it goes back into my business.
Yeah, I know. You're resupplying.
I do. I don't spend it on myself. I spend it on my business. So
she's doing it for you guys. So you should support her.
Yeah, I'm doing it all for you. All right, now I'm going to paint some orange. So I've got some cadmium red. I'm going to uncontaminate that yellow there.
So that's all you have to do is just...
all you have to do. Wet paintbrush. Take that top layer off. See how clean that gets now? Make a nice orange. You don't want it too red. Hit that with a little bit more yellow. too much. That's a nice orange right there. Where's my orange?
Thanks, sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
I put all this effort into putting these lights up to chase away the shadow in the sunlight. Like, here, hold my beer.
Oh, you know what? You know, last week with the shaky camera that made me nauseous to watch, literally nauseous. We ordered Shannon.
Oh yeah.
A tripod so we can have a. We really are trying to make this professional, guys.
Got a tripod for the phone so that hopefully, like right now, I have one arm propped on a chair and the other propped up on the table, trying to hold it as still as possible. So I mean, it's still a little bit, but the tripod will eliminate all that. So you won't be getting motion sickness every week. You know, you won't need Dramamine every time you watch the video.
That was bad. And I felt bad afterwards saying it in front of Shannon, in front of all of you guys, but that was really bad.
So now you're working on a tertiary color?
Yep, now we're doing a tertiary blue-violet, so it's going to be heavier on the blue side.
Okay. Let's see if I can put the flash on. It does nothing, okay.
Oh yeah, thank you, son. Can you even see what I'm doing?
Yeah. And Gary Clevenger's on.
Oh, hi, Gary.
If I look at it from the single, that's better. Yeah.
Yes, please like and share, guys, and go to YouTube if you would, and subscribe as well. So, and what do you do? Subscribe and.
So what you do if you've ever been on YouTube, that subscribe button, all you have to do is push that. There's no obligation to pay or watch or anything. All it will do is send you like an update when there's a new video that comes up. But what it means for us when we have more subscribers is it gets us closer to where we can do YouTube live videos, because you have to have 1,000 subscribers to have a YouTube live video. And it would give us better video options compared to Facebook Live. So that's kind of why we're asking people to do that.
But how do they get other subscribers? Do they invite friends or something?
Oh, all they have to do is tell their friends or family, hey, go to. They don't even have to watch. I mean, we would love it if you watched, and we would love it if you left comments or questions or things like that. But, people are busy and some people are just, watching for fun. All you have to do is just ask some friends and family or coworkers, hey, can you go to the Color Hub and just, subscribe so they can get closer to their goal. And, like I said, there's no obligation to anything.
Yes, please, guys. Ooh. Hello.
What happened?
It just came scattering right out.
Oh.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a yellow-green.
And Adam Laux is watching.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Where are you, Adam?
He's on Facebook.
Right. Where, physically, where is he?
Yeah, and if you guys have any, because sometimes we struggle during the week where we go, oh my goodness, what are we going to do on Saturday? What are we going to paint? Part of it's because there's so many things we can go over, and part of it is we get so busy and we don't know what would be best. So if you have things that you would like to see, like, hey, can you guys try painting this so that, we would love suggestions for Saturday live videos. Or if you want us to do like a very complex thing, we can always videotape it. Was that a puppy hair in there?
No.
Did you pull it? Oh.
No, the complex thing was.
Oh, she gave me a look because I said complex. Well, I mean, if somebody said, hey, I'd really like a cardinal.
Oh my gosh. You and your cardinals. Lord almighty.
Everybody likes cardinals.
I know.
You know, then we can videotape it and put it on later.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're doing a...
Now I'm doing a red orange. So I think that's going to need a little bit more yellow. Just a tad. Remy's upstairs playing.
Remy is Rocket's BFF. When she
they are
comes
having
over.
so much fun.
They're both puppies, even though she's a bit older than
she's
about...
2 years older than
Yeah, almost a year and a few months older.
Yeah. So it's a little lighter because it had a little bit more water in it, but we can get the idea of what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to her in there. Just adore that child.
Lorelei's in there practicing her raspberries.
Lorelei went shopping on Amazon yesterday.
Yeah. She's 6 months old and went shopping.
She shopped with Grandma. She said, I like that dress. I like that pair of pajamas, Grandma.
I know, and her sentence structure is just amazing.
It
is.
It really is.
So now which one are you doing?
I'm going to fix this red orange. It's driving me nuts.
Okay. Oh, because it's too pale.
It's too pale. I still had too much water on my brush, but that's a little bit better. I don't know. Okay, now we're going to do the red violet. So I'm going to add that right to my blue, right to this corner of this blue here. Because I don't like the waste paint either.
But that was another thing that you've mentioned before too. Like, you don't always have to clean your palettes off. They'll just dry if you like have a lot of paint and you think you might use it.
Yeah, I did clean this palette. I don't normally, because even if I've got paint, palette dirt, I use it for like, I use almost everything on my palette until it's like really gross. If it's really, really gross, then I have to just get rid of it.
Like all you have is just mud.
But I keep most everything because it makes great backgrounds. You can use it for grays in your paintings.
So it's a good idea to have a couple palettes, even if you're just using paper plates, right? Paper plates would be fine.
Paper plates are perfect. I started with paper plates, but like you can see, I keep paint in my palettes. That one might be clean, but yeah, I'll just keep mixing and using.
Like that one has a ton of paint on it. You wouldn't want to just throw that away or wash it off. It's a waste. Especially if you're using those like $40 tubes of paint.
I just bought, which one did I just buy? It just came yesterday. It's this one. Yeah, Winsor Newton Antwerp Blue. This one was 17 something. That's
not bad.
Not bad.
Seems like that's about the average for
that pretty much is the average. If you buy a real specialty paint that has like ground up gemstones, they're more expensive. Or like minerals that are getting to be hard to find, then you'll find the paints are more expensive. So okay, so here we are. Whoops, and I just doing that with a dot of water. So there's our color wheel. I would do it for almost every set of paint that you get. It's very useful. And you can use it for like complementary colors will dull each other. You'll get your grays by using those. You can also just 3-hole punch this, put it in a binder, and along with like with your swatch, when you swatch out your colors with all of your sets, when I get a set of paints, I usually swatch out my paints. I have a big pad of paper, which actually I have to get another one because I already sold that one.
Seriously, with swatches?
Oh yeah.
Wow, because I know you pulled it out. I want to say early December.
Oh yeah.
We put it on video, and yeah.
I really should just get a 3-hole punch and start
a swatch and a color wheel binder
in a binder, because that got filled up a long time ago, because you can just see how many paints I've got, and it got filled up a long time ago.
That's not all.
So we can also do a thing on gouache. If you're finding that watercolor is difficult for you, gouache is a little different. Gouache is
so what's the difference between like gouache and watercolor, or using like just an acrylic set? Like what
I'm not a fan of acrylics, so okay. I don't do acrylics, but I mean they might be great for you. You might love acrylics. I don't. I love oils. I love watercolor. Gouache is kind of in between a watercolor. It's
and like an oil, or
no, it's it's a little easier to use than watercolor. It's a little more opaque. Yeah, I had a scrap here somewhere. Here, I'll just do it on one of these.
Can you do it on the back of that one? Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Darcy, this is why you need to be over here.
Yeah, here, look. So it looks kind of like watercolor because, well, it basically is a watercolor.
Okay.
But it's a more opaque, and it's a little bit easier to use. And you can actually use this with your watercolors if you want to get a more opaque coverage to some things. So I'm actually going to do a gouache painting at one point as well. So
is that considered like its own medium, or is it considered a watercolor when you are like labeling the media used? How do you know?
You know, I don't know how they consider it. I know
because it looks like watercolor the way you're.
You know the white paint that I put on stuff. That's gouache. It's considered watercolor, but it's more opaque. Okay. So I don't know.
So it might be its own class of watercolor.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right.
I'll have to look that up, and then this week, if we do a video on that, I will let you know. I think it's considered a watercolor, but it's a more opaque watercolor.
Okay.
So, but I will get back to you guys on that one. But that's a little bit easier to use than a pure watercolor. So you might want to try this. And I got 24 colors of gouache from Amazon very cheaply. Arteza is another good brand of paints to use. So
Arteza.
Yeah.
I'm just zooming in so people can see that.
Oh.
All right.
It's a really
oh, that's really cool. It puts everything right on the back. Oh, and it shows you the transparency and all that good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Where's your keys at, Shannon?
The keys are probably in my coat, which is by the table there.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Anyway. So, watch for us this week. We're gonna do a couple videos on maybe on gouache. We're gonna definitely do a video on
the
drying your paints in a what's this called? A palette.
Yep.
In a palette. We're gonna have a couple different videos for you guys. So.
Very
I
cool.
hope you enjoyed this video and it's helpful for you, and for any paint set that you have, try doing this.
Very cool. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.